Can African megacities ever be able to develop a modern public transport system? Let's take some lessons from the ubiquitous TFL of London. Setting up a bus system in Africa, like the one Africa Sea in London, run by Transport for London, TFL, would be a game changer for cities across the continent. TFL's buses are known for their punctuality, convenience, and smart technology. But to make something like that work in African cities, Africa need to approach things with a mindset that suits our local realities. From city planning to funding and technology, here's how African cities can roll out a similar bus system in their own unique way. 1. Learning from the TFL bus system. TFL controls public transport in London, including buses, and does a great job keeping everything in sync. Their buses are reliable, run frequently, and are easy to pay for using a single card system called the Oyster card. People with disabilities can also easily use them because of their accessibility features. TFL's success also comes from using technology to keep an eye on how buses are running and adjust services when needed. Now, can African cities create something similar? Yes, Africa can, but it won't be as simple as copying and pasting the London model. Africa need to tailor it to fit our unique environments and challenges. 2. Planning routes to suit the people. For a start, our cities are growing fast, often without much planning. Before Africa set up a bus system, Africa need to understand how people move around, where they live, work, and shop. Africa can use data from mobile phones, GPS, or traffic surveys to map the busiest routes and times of day. In congested cities like Lagos or Nairobi, one thing that could help a lot is setting up dedicated bus lanes. These would allow buses to avoid getting stuck in traffic, making the system much more reliable and attractive to commuters. The bus rapid transit (BRT) systems that are already working in places like Dar es Salaam or Johannesburg show that this can work if planned properly. 3. Getting the money together. Financing a modern bus system is no small feat, especially in African cities where budgets are often tight. But there are ways to get the money Africa need. Government funding is a must. Public transport should be treated as essential infrastructure, just like roads or electricity. But where government money is limited, public-private partnerships, PPP, can help. Africa already got plenty of private bus operators in many African cities. And rather than shutting them out, governments should bring them on board through formal agreements. International funding from development banks like the World Bank or African Development Bank can also play a big role. We've seen these institutions support infrastructure projects in Africa before, so Africa can tap into those resources. Africa also need to think about ticketing systems that are easy to use and can generate enough revenue to keep the system running. A cashless system, using mobile money, something we're already good at in Africa, could reduce fare dodging and make the whole system more efficient. 4. Tech and smart solutions. TFL's success lies in its clever use of technology, and this is something Africa can also adopt here in Africa. For instance, GPS tracking can help us know exactly where each bus is and share that info with passengers through mobile apps, making waiting times more predictable. Mobile payment systems like M-Pesa in Kenya already show that Africa can handle payments without the need for fancy cards like London's Oyster system. Africa could implement similar solutions for bus fares. By adopting these technologies, Africa can manage routes more effectively, cut down on corruption, and improve the overall passenger experience. 5. Formalizing and regulating public transport. African cities often rely on informal bus systems like Trotro in Ghana, Matatus in Kenya, or Danfos in Nigeria. To create something like TFL, governments must step up and regulate these operators without pushing them out of business. Create a central authority like TFL to manage all public transport in a city. This authority can make sure buses run on time, set safety standards, and make transport more organized. Formalize informal operators by giving them proper licenses and making sure they meet safety and service standards. That way, the bus system can be more reliable and passengers can trust it more. 6. Building the right infrastructure. Africa needs better roads and bus stops that are safe, accessible, and conveniently located. Most African cities struggle with bad roads, and this will need serious investment if buses are going to run smoothly. Governments need to prioritize road maintenance and development, not just in central areas, but also in the suburbs and informal settlements where many commuters live. 7. Sustainability and the future. With climate change being a global concern, Africa should also think about sustainable transport. Electric or hybrid buses could help cut down on emissions, and since some African countries already use a lot of renewable energy, it's worth exploring these eco-friendly options. Encouraging people to switch from private cars to public buses will also reduce pollution and traffic jams. Offering affordable fares and reliable services can help shift people's mindset toward public transport. Africa has what it takes to implement a world-class bus system like TFL, but Africa needs to do it in a way that fits our realities. By focusing on smart planning, funding, technology, and regulation, Africa can create a bus network that's reliable, safe, and affordable for millions of people across the continent. It's not about copying London. It's about learning from it and building something that works for us. If you subscribe, it will tell me I should make more videos like this for you. Cheers.